Greetings everyone. Today we'll discuss female reproductive system. Female reproductive system is a complex reproductive system. It consists of primary reproductive organs. These organs, some are present externally. These are called external genitalia, and some are present deep inside the body. They are called internal genitalia. These are primary sex organs, and there are some organs which support the process of reproduction but not most essential for the reproduction. These are secondary reproductive organs, and two secondary reproductive organs are there. They are breasts or mammary glands. Now first we will discuss about the external genitalia. External genitalia, which is combination of various organs jointly called vulva. Vulva is situated in front of the symphysis pubis, and surrounded by mons pubis. Mons pubis is a triangular shaped zone which is present in both male and female. At the lower portion of the mons pubis, this vulva is present. So mons pubis, this region is mons pubis. At puberty, pubic hair come out, and at the lower portion, so there is vulva. Vulva consists of what? A folded piece of skin, that is called labia majora. Inside the labia majora there is another folded piece of skin, that is called labia minora. Inside the labia minora there is a small cleft called vestibule. Inside the vestibule there are vaginal and urethral orifice. And urethral orifice. So now these are the different parts: labia majora, labia minora, vestibule and vaginal orifice. And here there is a pea-like formation, that is called clitoris. Labia majora, labia actually means lips, is formed by folded piece of skin which close the female reproductive system from outside. So these labia majora made of fibrous tissue and fatty tissue, and some hair are also present. So if labia majora is stretched, this portion is stretched, there is another folded piece of skin, that is called labia minora. So inside the labiomandibular, vestibules are there in which urethral orifice and vaginal orifice are present. So now this clitoris is made, it's a pea-shaped organ, small pea-shaped and the size of a pea, and this is made of erectile tissue and filled with various nerves. In younger women, the vaginal orifice is partially covered with a mucous membrane. That membrane is called hymen. It is partially occluded and partially open to allow the menstrual flow. However, with the increase in age due to sexual activity or physical activity, this mucous membrane may not be present in some females. So this is the vulva or external genitalia. Next part of female reproductive system is internal genitalia. That means these organs, this is external genitalia, this is the internal genitalia. It consists of several organs. What are these organs? Number one, vagina, then uterus, then fallopian tube, and ovary. Vagina and uterus both are one vagina, one uterus is present. But fallopian tube, there are two fallopian tubes and two ovaries. Okay, one ovary this side and another this side. These are the main part of the internal genitalia. So again I am telling, the vagina, uterus, fallopian tube and ovary. Numbers I have already told. Now first part is vagina. It begins from the vaginal orifice of the vulva and extend up to the external os of the uterus. It is a fibromuscular organ, like a tube. It consists of three layers. External, outermost layer. If we make three layers, outermost layer is made of areolar tissue. Middle layer is made of smooth muscles, and inner layer is made of stratified epithelial tissue. Areolar tissue, outermost, then beneath the areolar tissue there is smooth muscle layer, and innermost layer is stratified epithelial tissue. The inner surface is rough and rough. That is, it is not smooth, it is rough and rough. Rough is the term we use to indicate wrinkle in the surface, So there are wrinkles inside the inner surface of the vagina. However, there is no secretory glands are present in vagina. It remains moist by receiving some secretion from the upper part of the reproductive system, that is from the uterus. Now vagina, some microbes live inside the vagina. They are called lactobacillus, acidophilus. Acidophilus. These microorganisms produce lactic acid inside the vagina. That is why vaginal environment is acidic, which prevent microbial growth in the vagina. So now the function of the vagina, it acts as a receptacle of penis. During the coitus, penis is inserted into the vagina. So it is a receptacle of penis. Second thing, semen is actually deposited into the upper portion of the vagina. And third thing, during childbirth, it acts as a passageway for the delivery of the child. These are the function of vagina. Vagina, it is a 9 centimeter tube which goes upward and then bend backwards. So this is the size of the vagina. Above the vagina there is, in front of the vagina there is uterus. Uterus has a dimension of 7.5 cm into 5 cm into 2 cm. Approximately, it is almost the size of a large matchbox. It is present in between the urinary bladder and the rectum. So it has 3 parts. It has, for descriptive purpose, it has 3 parts. Uppermost dome-shaped part is called fundus, and the middle part, this is called body, and the lower part, this portion is called cervix. So this cervix, it has a formation like this. There is a external entry, that is the external and internal. External, this is the internal os of cervix, and this is the external os of the cervix. This is the cavity of the cervix. So now the uterus, like vagina, it also has 3 layers. However, outermost layer is formed by modified or extended layer of peritoneum. External, a modified or extended layer of peritoneum, which covers the entire portion of the uterus. The fundus, the body, the cervix, they are covered by the extended portion of the peritoneum. However, lateral portion of the uterus does not receive any covering from the peritoneum. So outermost layer, middle layer is made of uterine smooth muscle. Middle layer is the most it is thick layer, thickest of these 3. So they are made of uterine smooth muscle. Innermost layer is called endometrium. Innermost layer is called endometrium. Here Again, it is variable in thickness. At the beginning of the menstrual cycle, it is thinner. Gradually, it becomes thick. And after ovulation, it is thickest. So, this endometrium, again it has two layers. The lowermost here, this is the basal layer or permanent layer, and above the basal layer there is another layer which is variable in thickness according to the menstrual cycle. This is called functional layer. This is called functional layer. So this is the uterus. Uterus has multiple functions. First thing, uterus is responsible for menstrual flow. Menstrual flow which come out during the process of menstruation is actually the sedated portion of the endometrium. Second thing, uterus receive fertilized ova or zygote which is implanted into the uterus. It is also nourish the fertilized zygote which is called embryo for first 8 weeks. Then after that it called fetus. So entire growth and nutrition is maintained by the uterus. Next portion of the internal genitalia is fallopian tube, which is also called uterine tube. This is a 10 centimeter long tube, and like the other parts, it also has 3 layers. Outermost layer receives some protection from the peritoneum. Middle layer is made of smooth muscles, and inner layer is made of ciliated epithelial tissue, which has a formation like this, the cells, and above which there are cilia or small fiber like this. So now at the end of the fallopian tube there is a flower like formation, finger like projection, flower like formation. Okay, flower like formation by finger like projections here. This is called fambry. This fambry is present very near to the ovary, So now the fallopian tube, what it does, it produces some secretion through which sperm can swim into the other end of the fallopian tube. So now the fertilization of ova actually takes place at the distal part of the fallopian tube, and sometime inside the fallopian tube the fertilization occurs. Next thing, this cilia, they vibrate like this. So vibrate rhythmically. So fertilized ova can gradually move through the fallopian tube towards the uterus. So that was the fallopian tube. Next part is ovary. Ovary, there are 2 ovaries present in female reproductive system. Ovary, it is attached to the uterus by mesovarium. And ovarial muscles. The innermost portion of the ovary is called medulla, and the surface area, this portion is called cortex. This medulla, there are some type of connective tissue, blood vessel, nerve, etc. are present. In the cortex, the outer layer is formed by germinal epithelial tissue. Germinal epithelial tissue. Germinal epithelial tissue. And in the cortex we can see follicles in different stages of development. Development. Different stages of development. In ovary, an adult woman has almost 40,000 primordial follicles. Some of them gradually mature after the puberty. Okay. So there could be a Graafian follicle. Okay. If ovulation occurs, after the ovulation there is a formation of corpus luteum. And if if pregnancy does not occur, then it shrinks to form corpus albicans. So what is the function of ovary? Ovary produce ova in each menstrual cycle. It also produces a hormone called progesterone after the ovulation occurs from the corpus luteum. The ovary also regulate the process of menstruation. These are the function of ovary. So this is the overall different parts of female reproductive system. Again, I am telling the names of the different parts: vagina, uterus, one each, fallopian tubes or uterine tubes, two, and ovaries, two ovary or each in one side. So this is the internal genitalia. Next, we will go into secondary reproductive system or breast. Secondary reproductive organs are breasts or mammary gland. Breast or mammary gland. Breast or mammary gland is situated in the chest over the pectoralis major and serratus anterior muscles. Pectoralis major and serratus anterior muscles. This is the, say, pectoralis major muscles. So from these muscles, semispherical breasts are formed. They are supported by some tissues. They are called Cooper's ligament. Cooper's ligament, supported by some kind of tissues. That is called suspensory ligament or Cooper's ligament. Cooper's ligament. Inside the breast, most portion is filled with adipose tissues. And inside the breast there are 15 to 20 lobes. There are 15 to 20 lobes. Most of the time it is 20. However, it could be 15 also. Though each lobe has numerous lobules like the branch of grapes. Each lobules, these are the lobules. Inside each lobule there are duct which is coming out. These are called lactiferous duct. The lactiferous just come out and sometimes they converge, join together, and at the end there is a inflated portion that is called lactiferous sinus. This is for storage of milk. These lobules, they produce milk after the delivery of the baby. So several ducts, they come out into a conical prominence called nipple. Conical prominence called nipple. So now this nipple is surrounded by a deeply pigmented area that is called areola. So now the breast is present in both male and female. In the childhood, female breast is similar like a male breast. However, with the increase in age, with the increased secretion of progesterone, the size of the breast gradually increase, and we take the hemispherical shape. And this shape is supported by Cooper's ligament. With the further increase in age, the Cooper's ligament become soft and it lose its elasticity, and breast also lose its shape, and that phenomena is called Cooper's droop. So what is the function of the breast? The breasts produce milk after birth of the child under the influence of hormone oxytocin and prolactin. So that is the female reproductive system. Thank you.